Getting ready to start the round, Frank, what is the importance of getting off to a good start?
It's imperative, Rich, really. Try and find your rhythm, conditions of the golf course. Really get into the...
Right, hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. Smashed as far as she can hit it. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Already teed up here at the second.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. So a par 4 to open, then a par 3, and now Frank here at the third, a par 5 at 528 yards.
And you get to see everything very early on in the round. Dogleg left first hole, par 3 second, and now a long dogleg right, par 5. With a good tee shot, though, you can definitely reach this hole in 2.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
Frank, chance to go for the green in 2 here at the third?
There is, but you can also use the terrain, which will kick the ball towards the left. So if you haven't hit the best of tee shots, still land that ball to the right and let it feed on.
Down, little Sheba, down! That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and make sure they followed through.
Safely aboard. Ooh, that hurts. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Still playing even for the day after the par. Back over now to the fourth. Early in the round and playing reasonably well. Nothing great, but has certainly not given a whole lot away.
Yeah, and actually a good position to really springboard the round from here.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Settles in over the putt. That's good work by the former PGA teaching professional, one of the best instructors in the country, with a birdie, and now inside the cut line. This is Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today, it's live second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Frank, we begin this back nine with a real test. It's a 218-yard par 3.
And it's very easy to get lulled into the shape of that lake there on the right side and try and hit a cut in here. But that cut's going to work against the natural shape of the hole. If anything, a nice high draw.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank going for 2 in a row now. Frank, where is that thing?
Yeah, thank God for small mercies.
Now to the 11th hole. It's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the 2 little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green. I'm loving that balance.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, what do you want to do with this second shot here at the 11th?
Just a scoring club again, Rich. This is a chance to get off to a good start on that on the homeward 9. Anytime you get sort of 8-iron down, you can virtually go straight at the flag because this green pitches back towards the player.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Watches that one go in as well to get to -3. All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this is a place where you can really sort of commune with nature. It's absolutely spectacular out here, isn't it?
I've forgotten how pretty it is. Canada, no disrespect, but, elk, some of the wildlife. The golf course is just beautiful, too. The view. I mean, it's very easy to get distracted.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. 21-foot putt, set to go. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Good par. 13th hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. Well, it's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Continuing to putt with confidence. So that is the end of the second round. I can't wait to get back at it tomorrow, Frank.
We got a great leaderboard right now, Rich. So many players in contention. Golf course, there's enough blend of good and hard holes. Really, it's up for grabs.
Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Well, Frank, how about this hole? 602 yards of par 5, although I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. The 602 yards these days for a long hitter.
What do you say? It's a drive and a 7-iron?
That's a mid-range par 5.
Well, yeah, 2 woods. The longer hitters will definitely get at home there, especially in good conditions. But bunker down the left, avoid that, carry that, and then we can think about the second shot.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Beautiful swing there. Always like to watch the second shots, Frank, in high-level golf like this to a par 5, and here we are at the 7th.
You get rewarded with distance off the tee for a start. This is a huge green from front to back, rather narrow from side to side, but you're right. A nice towering second shot is certainly going to be well received into this green.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And getting ready for the putt. Great shot to get the birdie. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there.
And let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one.
Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big.
Huge, with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways.
I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly. Get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Wow, I thought it was going in just off the mark by a fraction. Just a little tap in here. That birdie will help, Frank.
Certainly moving him into the top half, that's for sure. And starting to narrow that number down in front.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, long gone are the days when you putted with a simple blade. Now you look down and there's a frying pan on the end of a shaft.
Yeah, it looks like grandma's skillet these days. That's what it is. But, you know, putters are like drivers. What they've done with the technology is given you a bigger sweet spot. Even though putting is very, very precise, if you give a person a bigger sweet spot, he's going to make more putts.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
No. That's not the way you want to start the back nine. Missed putt, bogey, and a drop shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Call in the medics, Frank. Can't stop the bleeding here.
Just racking the bogeys up.
On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage, and you're not going to birdie every hole.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, what's a player feeling knowing they have one more round to go and they could have a chance at making a run and maybe win this thing?
No, it's a great feeling, Rich. At this point, really, it's just about whether you can handle the nerves. You know everybody up there is going to be feeling them.
Today's coverage by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Golf Channel on NBC and EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
That, Frank, is position A.
Wouldn't you like to have that in your bag every day?
Love it. Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing, is certainly going to pay dividends.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That will be a great look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Those keep the round going, those par putts. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Pretty stout second shot here at the par 4 15th. And Frank, what's the right way to shape this one?
It's actually one of the few shots you'd probably want to hit left to right. Notice the entry of the green is more on that left side of the green. Green does pitch back to the player as well, so it may be a little cut in here for a change.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. These putts keep the round together. Frank, where has that been?
Yeah, thank God for small mercies.
Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunkie should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you're certainly hit.
Second shot, good look at the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Good putt. Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarsi, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here, the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. So it was a conservative play off the tee. What are we looking at now on this approach shot here at 17, Frank?
Well, the reason why you play a conservative tee shot is so that you can go directly at the flag, and that's exactly what you have here. It's just all about yardage.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good stroke, just came up empty. Could use this one. This is for par. Good roll, solid. That's a par. Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.